Good morning, St. Peter's. We have our daily devotional continuing in Revelation. At the end of World War II, the war was over, hence the end of World War II. And the powers that be, that is both sides, tried to divide up different parts of Europe according to separation of different sides. As you'd know from the end of World War II, and moving on further in history, we had the Berlin Wall, and we had different areas that were divided up, including areas that think of the Middle East as well, and Palestine. And so we had areas that were divided up, I suppose, into the west side of things, and other areas that were divided up into the east. And hence, in the 70s and 80s, we had the Cold War between the US and Russia, or the USSR. This was an attempt to separate what is perceived to be good and what is perceived to be that from evil. Of course, wars and strife between nations is all necessarily imperfect and incomplete, and all of this separation is arbitrary and artificial. But the reason I mention this is because as we get to Revelation 17 through to 22, the last section of the book of Revelation, this whole section, the context we need to understand, is about God finally and fully separating all that is evil from all that is pure and good. And unlike, of course, World War II and human abilities to discern between good and not so good, God will, down to the last word, the last action, will perfectly discern and separate that which is good from that which is evil. So God is preparing, in Revelation 17 to 22, he's preparing two cities. And so today's devotion is just to encourage you about these two cities. And he's really saying, where are you headed, and what citizenship do you belong to, which city? As we go through Revelation 17 to 22, we're going to see the contrast between these two cities, and it will give you an encouragement. So what will happen is we're given, over the coming days, we're given a reality of the city of earth and the worship of the beast and where that leads. We're given assurance of victory in chapters 19 to 20, and we're given a vision of the new city in chapters 21 to 22. So chapters 17 to 18 is the reality of the earthly city. 19 and 20 is victory and assurance, and 20 and 21 is a vision of the new city. So as we look at Revelation 17 to 22, you might like to take today to take an opportunity to read through 17 to 22. You'll probably have some questions and thoughts. As always, email or on YouTube, it'd be great to put any of those down. That'll be it for today. Read through 17 to 22. See you tomorrow.